Hi, hello. Welcome to my podcast. In today's episode, I would like to talk about easiness. Easiness as a need. I don't know if you know it, but in the nonviolent communication, there is a focus on needs and feelings. And needs are common to us all. They are universal. We all have the same needs. And the list of needs is really, really long. And one of them is easiness. Some time ago, some person asked me, okay, what is really that need for easiness? Because for that person, it was quite easy to understand what means the need for safety or need for love or relax and joy. But to understand what is the need for easiness wasn't apparently so easy for that person. So, just to start, I found a definition of easiness on the Cambridge in the Cambridge dictionary. So, according to that dictionary, easiness is the quality of needing little effort. The quality of being comfortable or relaxed or free from worry or pain. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious that easiness is the opposite of effort, of some kind of struggle. But now is the issue. I have the impression that there is a strong belief that if it's harder, it's better. In a very broad sense. That if something is achieved through hardship, sweat and pain, it has more value than what is achieved easily, softly, without much effort. I think that this opinion, this belief, functions quite strongly in societies, in the way how people are raising children, in the environment of professional work. The more effort we put in, the more valuable the end result is. And you know what? I think it's nice when it's easy. I think it's nice and pleasant when it's easy, especially in those areas where we expose ourselves the most. That is in our everyday relationships with our loved ones. And in the relationship with ourselves. For example, for me, easiness in my relationship with myself means that I'm in quite good contact with my body, that I know how to listen to my body and I don't violate it. I'm attentive to what my body needs instead of testing the limits of its endurance, giving it a hard time. For example, through some kind of physical activity which strains me a lot and does not really serve me, and in which I lose touch with what my body is telling me. You know, it's hard, it's unpleasant, it means it's working, it's good. That's how it should be. I'm stepping out my comfort zone. Comfort zone. Wow, this is another thing. You know what? I think I prefer to expand my comfort zone than leave it. And that doesn't mean that I don't want a challenge, that I avoid tasks that require me to make an effort. But I think I want just to ask myself, okay, like, why I'm choosing this? Why I'm choosing this challenge? Why I agree to make this effort? What for? Because, if I'm doing this only with this concept that life can't be too easy, then no, please. Because if I take on a challenge, I'm also fulfilling some need. And it can be a need for development, maybe adventure, And I mean, it's just nice to understand what those needs are. Because then I can try to expand my comfort zone gently, to understand, okay, this challenge can give me this, can help me meet these needs. And I think it's just better than decide to leave your under stress, leave your comfort zone with the belief that it should be difficult and that's it. What I mean is, let's not treat something as more valuable just because it's challenging, just because it's gained through hardship. Let's not make such a thought a dogma. Let's not start something with the idea that it's going to be difficult and it has to be. Why should it be difficult? And yes, of course, I understand the logic that if it's difficult and you don't give up, then at the end you have respect, you did it, and you could still have backed out along the way just because it was difficult, you could just give up. I understand it. I understand this completely. It's like I was afraid, but I was doing. It was hard, but I did it. But like I said, I did it because I hope I did it because I still was able to understand that it will meet some of my needs. Not that I just was like, okay, it's hard. It has to be hard. And just because it's hard, I will do it. It will be hard and and I will see the value in it. No. Maybe it's also good sometimes to be aware that, you can give up on something. You can back out. You can change your mind. Why not? For example, because it's too difficult. And that doesn't mean you're lazy or weak. By the way, a lot of beliefs around these labels. Oh, okay. So, how do I take care of easiness on a daily basis? For example, I try to organize my mornings so that I can start the day at a pace that works for me. Maybe wake up a little bit earlier if I was sleeping enough, and then I'm able to start morning a bit slower. Let my body wake up slowly without, immediate jump to some task, some work, whatever. Another thing, physical activity. I have discovered that there are other ways of working with my body than pushing myself to the limit. Wow. What a discovery. That the need for movement, health, challenge can go hand in hand with the need for easiness. And it's not always true that I can do more, that I can push myself more, that I can handle more. Like 1 more squat, 1 more push-up, 10 meters longer. Because maybe sometimes I can't. And maybe sometimes I don't want to. I don't want to exhaust myself and pass on the mat without a breath. And that doesn't mean I'm lazy either. And what, by the way, does it mean to be lazy? What kind of label it is? What it's actually saying about a person? I don't understand. Other example, easiness in some situations with children. Let's say we have a toddler, a 1-year-old child, and I don't want him to pick up scissors or other dangerous objects like sharp knife, so I prevent it. I can just hide it. I don't always have the time and space to explain to a 1-year-old or 2-year-old person that I don't want him to take a certain thing and play with it. I don't always have time and space to deal with others' person frustration and to explain rules of safety. I can just prevent it. It's just easier. What else I can say about easiness? Easiness in relationships. I mean, let the communication in our relationship be at such a level that there is not a constant struggle to be heard, to be taken into account. I think it's really nice when it comes easily, you know? You know that there is a flow from me to you, from you to me, openness to the other person. I don't think I would like to have, I'm sure I would not like to have a situation, especially if it would be something common, that kind of situation in relationship with my partner, that all day long you have to knock at each other's door, bounce off the wall a few times to finally maybe understand each other at the end of the day. Let's try to make our communication a little bit easier. Okay. What else? I think there is also an opinion that love gained in hardship is more valuable. You know, an admirer comes to a woman's house. He is working hard to catch her attention. He is bringing flowers, proposing her for long, and finally wins her heart. On the way, he defeats the dragon, of course. Okay, maybe someone likes it. But what I'm saying, let's not make some ideal out of it. Let's not make of it some ideal that how a love relationship should look like. Why cannot be that they just met, conversation was nice, and that's how it started, without any, trying hard or whatever, and it's also the same valuable. One more thing came to my mind. Easy girl, easy woman, this combination of words, you know this for sure. Oh, this is such a stigmatizing label. You know, that kind of girl who decides to have sex easily. She goes to bed on the first date. There is so many beliefs around that concept of easy girl. By the way, beliefs are a big topic, and you can talk and talk about them on and on. And here is one, or two, or more. She is easy because you don't have to make an effort to go to bed with her, and that is wrong. You know, so many concepts about how a person should deal with his or her sexuality, what is good about decisions about sexuality, and what is good, what is bad in general, how women should act, how girls should act, and what it actually means to be easy. So many things. By the way, it's perfectly okay for me that someone, regardless of gender, in total harmony with him or herself, consciously decides to have sex on the first date. And it's not for me about whether someone is easy or difficult. It's just that this person is in contact with him or herself and is able to make the conscious decision that he or she want or don't want to have sex. and nobody has anything to do with it. Okay, so need for easiness. Think about how you take care of it every day. And do you actually give yourself the right to take care of this need, the need of easiness? If you want to share what you think, feel free. Subscribe. You can leave a comment. You can give a like. I am also inviting you to my fan page, Empathic Here and Now. And it's all for today. Thank you and bye.